he's moving awful fast.
That's what he's out there for.
Yeah, but he's pushing.
Get off my back.
Happens today, the performance of Jack Camion in his third annual Grand Prix race won't be quickly forgotten. It's his first time out in major competition, but he's driving like a winner. It's hard to believe, but a week ago he wasn't even entered in the race.
Isn't that neat talking about Dad?
Jack's having a little trouble. Yes, he's pulling into the pits.
Lost a lot of rubber on that right rear. Let's get it changed.
To slip into third place. Oh, what a race that boy is driving. Whatever else happens today, the performance of Jack Camion in this third annual Grand Prix race won't be quickly forgotten. His first time out in major competition, he's driving like a winner.
Tony's way over his head.
Doing just fine.
Yeah, but that car ain't built...
He'll win, you hear me? He's gonna win. He's gotta win.
Only you've got to slow him down.
You can make it, Jack. Kid, you can make it.
Tony, he's your brother.
Okay, slow him down.
Darling, what is it?
Standing there.
What?
Totally engulfed in flames. Oh, it's awful. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't describe to you the fire. Oh, and when I think of Tony Camion, the terrible, terrible luck he's had, one tragedy after. Now this, his brother. Poor Tony Camion.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, hi, where are you? Yeah, he's well, say table 3, Mr. Stewart. What's it?
Hi, Tonio. Hey, stranger, how you been? I haven't seen you since... I mean, I heard about... Tony, I'm terribly sorry.
Hi, Marla.
Hi, Dad, Jackie. I don't suppose you feel much like company. I'll be seeing you?
Sure.
Okay. Why is it that things like that always happen to people like him?
Yeah. Tony's one of the best.
It just seems so unfair. Hey, Tim, didn't you tell me once about another accident?
Oh, yeah. 4 or 5 years ago, big race at Le Mans. Tony was driving then. Slid on some oil, car went in the crowd, killed 20 people.
Can I buy you a drink, beautiful?
Oh, not tonight, Mr. Jackson.
Hello, Tim.
Tony,
Business is booming.
I'm pushing a popular product. I was out there. Rough. Was he a nice guy?
He was my brother.
Yeah, I figured. You never mentioned before that you had a brother. How come he was driving, Tony?
Because the contest board turned me down. Because they were afraid I'd hurt myself again. Because...
I read about that, but I mean, how come he was driving? I mean, couldn't you find a more experienced driver?
Haven't you heard? I'm bad news. Nobody wants to drive with, for, or against Tony Camion.
What are you gonna do, Tony? Gonna build another car?
Would you shut up about cars?
Cars, that's your whole life.
You shut up?
Easy, pal, easy. You know, you shouldn't talk like that to your friends. You don't have many left. Why don't you finish your drink and take off, huh?
Would you like a snack? Nick?
Yes, Mom.
How would you like something to eat? Dinner's gonna be late.
No, thanks.
Come in. I wondered if there's anything... Is there anything I can do?
You mean, is there anything more you can do?
Terry,
He's dead. There is nothing more you can do. Not here. Not to us.
Please, I don't...
Maybe someplace else. There must be all kinds of places where they haven't seen you turn on that charm and flash that dazzling smile and get them to say, yes, 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 Tony, we'll do it. Because you're beautiful and you're witty and you've got such nice manners. You name it, Tony, dear, and we'll do it. Anything. Or if we can't do it, we'll at least die trying.
I needed him. He was my last...
You needed.
You think I knew this would happen?
Yes. Yes, you knew it would happen. When you came here, when you paid us that surprise visit, when you dropped in after 5 years of picture postcards, you knew.
I swear.
Do you? Can you really stand there and look at me and tell me that Jack should have been driving that car, that he was capable of it, that he could even handle it? Midgets on little dirt tracks 2 or 3 times a year, and that was to please Nicky. Jack had a garage. That's what he did. It was his brother who was the big hero, the glamorous racer. That was your car. You should have been driving it. You should have been killed.
Terry, I know Jack didn't
Your
even...
kind of people never get killed. You let others do your dying for you. You've got too much to live for, right? Your women, your parties, and your cars. Can't give that up. Let somebody else do it.
Tony!
Hello, Nick.
Gee, I'm glad you came over. I wanted to talk to you, but Mom said, Tony, Dad could have won, couldn't he? He was almost second, and he could have won, couldn't he?
Sure he could have won.
I knew he could have the way he was going. Tony, can we talk about it? Mom, you don't mind, do you? You've got to fix supper anyway.
Maybe it would be better if...
No, it's all right. Nicky, you go upstairs and straighten your room. Tony will be up in a minute.
Great! Hurry up, Tone. Only takes me 10 seconds to straighten up my room.
He doesn't blame me for what happened.
Blame you. You? Is that all you ever think about?
I just meant that you
Will you
hadn't-
please go away and leave us alone? And don't send any picture postcards.
All right. I'll say goodbye to Nick.
No, I'll say goodbye for you. I'll tell him something. You see, you're still his hero, and I wouldn't want him to have to lose that, too. But if you don't get out of here, and right now, I'm going to be sick.
Terry, I've got some money. It's not as much as I'd like, but
There's only one thing in this world that means anything to me now, and that's my son. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. I need money, but I wouldn't take a penny from you. Do you understand? What's it like to be you, Tony? Mr. Fun and Games, that's about all it's ever been, hasn't it? What's it like to live that way? To live 35 years without doing one single thing worthwhile? Tony, if you were to die tomorrow, would it matter to anybody but you? Tony, if you were to die tomorrow, would it matter to anybody but you? What's it like to be you, Tony? Mr. Fun and Games, that's about all it's ever been, hasn't it? What's it like to live that way? To live 35 years without doing one single thing worthwhile? If you were to die tomorrow, would it matter to anybody but you?
I'm telling you, there's nothing to worry about. So relax. Come in. Hey, Tony.
Oh, Tim.
So don't expect to hear from me for at least a couple of weeks. Gee.
Got problems?
Just a little deal I got going. Hey, how you feeling, huh?
Better. How about last night? I'm sorry.
Oh, skip it, skip it. How about a drink?
No, thanks.
Well, I get it wholesale. You don't mind
I got a favor to ask, Tim.
Anything, pal. You just name it.
If it isn't possible, if you can't do it, I want you to forget I ever mentioned it.
Need a few bucks, huh? I'll write you a check. You know, Tony, you've had a few bad breaks. That doesn't mean things aren't going... Well, what then?
I want to hire a killer.
You want somebody knocked off.
Me.
You're putting me on, huh?
No, I'm serious.
Tony, you're a young guy. You got a whole life ahead of you.
If you can do it, I'll appreciate it. If you can't, I'll get somebody who can.
But why? Just tell me why.
I'll tell you why. Insurance companies don't pay off on suicides. If I'm murdered, she'll collect double indemnity.
Who will?
My brother's wife. Tim, can you arrange it?
Well, this is ridiculous.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
I don't like it, but I can arrange it.
How much?
2,000, maybe 2,500. You're out of your mind.
Yeah. What happens now?
What's your phone number?
Olympia 21652.
I'll pass this along to the guy that handles these things. What happens then, I don't know. I don't want to know. That's a whole other world. I don't mess with it. Tomorrow morning, you'll probably get a phone call. You take it from there.
Thanks, Tim.
Don't thank me for this. Hey, anyway, I'll make you a little bet. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up. The sun's shining, it's a nice day. You forget all about this whole crazy idea. Then when you get that phone call, you just tell the guy you changed your mind.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
Tony!
Marla, did you hear us talking?
Huh?
Hey, I got a great idea, Marla. Why don't you and Tony have a little dinner? I'll pick out a couple of my special steaks. He ought to get his mind off himself.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Tim, you're always coming up with such good ideas. Come on, Tony.
I'm sorry, Marla. Just leaving.
Gee, Tim, didn't you know he was leaving?
Yeah, I knew.
Mutual acquaintance asked me to call you. He said you weren't sure about it.
I'm sure about it.
Fine. May I have the name and address of the party?
His name is, Tony Camion.
Tony Camion, the sports car guy?
Yeah.
No kidding. How about that?
Listen, do you need, his picture or anything like that?
No, I'm pretty sure our man has seen him around. Always in the papers.
Are you the one that's gonna...
No questions, please. Let me ask you, any particular way you want this handled?
No.
No particular preference. How about the date?
The date? Well, what is today?
6th.
All right, to make it, 20th?
July 20th. Maybe a day or two later. Can't always call your shot in a case like this. The party's unavailable or something slips up.
All right.
Okay, we're in business. So long.
Hello, Mr. Martin. It's Tony Camion. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'd like to change the beneficiary on my life insurance policy. Yeah, if it's all right with you, I'll stop by. Thank you.
Nicky? Nicky, honey, see who's at the door. Will you, please?
Sure, Mom. Tony!
Hey, how you doing?
Great, come on in. Sit here.
Okay.
I didn't think you were ever coming back. Mom said...
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I had to run out on you, but a business thing suddenly came up and I just couldn't help it.
Yeah, Mom said. I wanted to talk to you about Dad. About the race. I wanted you to tell me about it. How Dad was going to win and...
Nicky. Nick. We can still talk. Nicky.
Nicky, who was at the... Nicky.
Oh, he's all right, aren't you, Nick?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
He's probably disappointed about yesterday.
Those tears are a week old. Look, I told you, I don't...
It's not money. I'd like to leave this with you. If anything happens to me, well...
Nothing's gonna happen to you.
You're probably right, but will you? If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Nick. I may not get another chance to, and
You leaving?
I will be in about 2 weeks.
Rome or Monte Carlo?
I know how you feel, but I do have some time on my hands, and if I can do any... If I could be of any help, maybe spend a couple of afternoons with Nick.
No, I don't think so. Nick will be just fine.
I'm sure he will. He's a great kid, but I...
Hi.
Hi. Say, you're Nick Camion, aren't you? I thought I recognized you.
Yeah, I'm Nick Camion. What's your name?
Me? I'm Tony Camion. Hey, we have the same name.
Must be related. Maybe I'm your uncle. Hey, nephew, why don't we go in my room? I'll show you my cars.
It's all right, unless you have to leave.
He doesn't have to leave, do you, Tony? Come on. See you later, Mom. Call us when dinner's ready.
Hey, here we go. Come on, let's breathe.
Robbie!
Hello.
What are you doing here?
Well, Nick told me Mr. Robinson was loaded with work, so I thought I'd come over and help him finish up.
I'm sorry, I can't let you do that.
I may not be the best mechanic in the world, but I work cheap.
Hello, Miss Camion.
Hello, Robbie.
Checking up on us, huh?
Don't you think I ought to?
Yep, I don't trust me at all, especially now with Tony doing most of the heavy stuff.
Oh. Well, don't you work too hard, hmm? Thanks for taking Nicky to the beach yesterday.
We had a good time.
Bye. Bye. There's the lady.
Hello?
Tony, this is Nick.
Nick? I don't know anybody from the name of Nick.
You do, too, Nick Camion.
Hiya, Nick.
Hi, Tony.
What's up?
Nothing. Just phoned to say goodnight.
Good night, Nicky. Hey, don't forget our date tomorrow night. Slot car time.
Are you kidding? I won't. Good night, Tony.
Good night, Nick.
Come on, Nicky, faster.
Easy, Mark, easy, easy.
He's going off the track. He's going off the track.
Take it easy going into those turns and come out fast.
Come on,
Easy,
Nick.
Mark, easy, easy. That's it.
Come on, Nick.
Easy, Mark, easy, that a boy.
Come on, Nick. Last lap. Come on, Nick.
Easy, Mark, Mark, easy.
A tie. It's a tie.
Oh, a tie. You can't have a tie in a race.
You sure can. Happened to me in '59 in Nuremberg. Ended up in a dead heat with Prince Pignatore. Mark, Nick, you both win.
A tie? Really, Mr. Camion?
Well, absolutely.
Call me Tony.
Well, Tony, you ought to know.
All right, son, time to go to bed.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, darling.
Good night, Nick.
Good night, Tony.
Good night. late. I better be going. Thanks for letting me...
Tony, when are you leaving?
Leaving?
Mm-hmm. You said you'd be leaving in a couple of weeks. That should be soon, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Very soon. Good night.
Where's your car?
Oh, I gave Nick a treat. Took him home in a cab.
Well, how are you going to get home?
Just around the corner. I moved into an apartment near the garage. Convenient. Well...
Tony... Listen, I know it's very selfish of me to say this, but when you do go away, I hope it won't be for long. Nick needs you. You know, when you came here that day after the funeral, I said some horrible things. I'm very sorry.
What you said was true.
But they're not true now.
What?
If you were to die tomorrow, would it matter to anybody but you? You know, I know this is selfish of me to say this, but when you do go away, I hope it won't be for long. When you came here the day, you know, after the funeral, I said some pretty horrible things, and I'm very sorry. But they're not true now. Nick needs you. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, I can't talk to you now.
I just want to tell you, I want to call the thing off.
Yeah, sure. You're fine.
You understand what I mean? I've changed my mind. I want our deal called off. Can I count on that?
Okay, goodbye.
Tony.
Oh, Tony. What is it?
Well, I just wanted to tell you, I won't be going away.
Tony, thank you.
Is Nick there?
He just might be. Hold on a minute. Oh, are you accepting calls this morning?
Hiya, Tony.
Morning, Nick. You busy today?
Busy? Well, yeah, I got a couple of things to do, but...
Well, I thought you might want to come over to the garage. Give Mr. Robinson and me a hand. And we could sure use your help.
Could I really help?
Absolutely. If you're not too busy.
No, sir. I'll be right over.
See you soon.
Goodbye, Tony.
Goodbye, Nick.
What'd he say?
I'm going over to the garage to work.
Oh, that's fine.
You know, Mom, Tony's a lot like Dad, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Lassiter and Brown, good morning.
Yes, my name is Tony Camion. It's urgent that I speak to Mr. Lassiter. You tell him it concerns his client, Tim Brenner.
One moment, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, Willis Lassiter speaking.
Mr. Lassiter, I've got to speak to you as soon as possible.
I'm pretty tied up. Perhaps early next week.
No, today, now. Listen, you better see me. This is about Brenner.
Well, all right. I'll be over at his place in about half an hour. You meet me there.
I'll need 45 minutes. You wait for me.
All right, I'll wait.
Thanks, Nicky.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Tone.
Morning, Robbie.
Morning, Tony.
Sorry, Nick. Something just came up, and I'm going to have to take off for a while. Okay?
You're not going away, are you?
I'll be back real soon.
You got a pretty bad oil leak there. If I was you,
I'll take a look at it myself. Robbie, get me a can of oil, huh? You take it easy. I'll be right with you. Nick. You go on home. I'll call you as soon as I get back.
Oh, Tony.
I said go home. I'll call you.
Okay.
Dynamite? Was that a text? Push the starter and you'd have been blown into Kingdom Come. Just a minute ago, the kid was fooling around in the car. Better get the police. Somebody's trying to...
I'll take care of this. Better call me a cab and then go right home. And not a word about this to anybody.
No.
Yes, I did see Brenner after he was arrested at the hospital.
Hospital? I thought he was in jail.
Well, he's under police guard, yes, but at the hospital. Right after he was arrested, he had a heart attack.
How serious was it?
It's quite serious. He should recover.
Did you talk to him?
Yes.
Privately?
Yes.
Did he say anything about me?
No.
He must have.
Mr. Camion, please understand, he's a very sick man. I was only permitted to talk to him for a moment. His doctor has absolutely forbidden any more visitors. Oh, what's this all about?
Yesterday, he promised to make a very important telephone call for me. I must know whether he made it or not.
What time is this?
10 o'clock last evening.
Well, then I doubt that he made it. The police walked in on him just before 10. They must have been with him when you called.
I must see him. I've got to get that telephone number.
Well, Monday I'll try to arrange bail. I'm assuming he's well enough to talk.
The man could be killed by Monday.
Hi, Mr. Lassiter. Tony, did you hear about poor Tim?
Marla, can we talk about it later?
Oh, sure.
What's this about a man being killed?
A telephone call could stop it.
Perhaps this man should go to the police.
Without admitting attempted fraud. Not to mention involving your client as an accomplice.
Well, I'd just as soon not hear about that. Perhaps this man should get out of town.
No good. Be followed.
Perhaps not. In any event, I strongly recommend it. Monday, I'll try to obtain bail and speak to Brenner. Until then, there's nothing I can do to help you. Good luck.
Marla.
Thank you. Isn't it awful about Tim?
Yes, Marla, listen. Tim ever talked to you about a deal he and I had? Something he was going to handle for me?
No, I don't think so. No.
Well, it's very important I get in touch with a friend of Tim's. A friend of his was somebody who...
You mean one of his hood friends?
Yeah.
It's okay, Tony. I know Tim had friends in the syndicate.
I've heard the rumor myself.
Well, who is it?
I don't know. I talked to him on the telephone once, but I think I might be able to recognize his voice.
Are you good at that? It's amazing, but I...
Marla, did Tim have an address book? Telephone numbers?
Oh, sure, in his desk.
I could only get into his office.
I have a key. Well, you see, once in a while, I help Tim with his bookkeeping. I'm very good at figures.
Marla, you're a good girl.
No. No, but I like you, Tony. I always have. Come on. I'm sure Tim wouldn't mind under the circumstances.
You sure this is where he kept it?
Yeah, because the last time I saw it, it was right in...
The police, they must have taken it.
Oh, Tony, I'm sorry. Look, I know Tim will be out on bail Monday, then you can ask him.
Monday will be too late. Tim wasn't dumb enough to leave names and phone numbers just lying around. Marla, are you sure there wasn't another book? One he kept locked up, hidden somewhere?
Such a dummy.
It's Tim's?
He said it would be safe with me because I was sure to forget I had it. I guess he was right.
It's initials. All there are initials and numbers.
And that's another reason Tim left it with me.
Well, I'm gonna have to call every number in that book to get the one I'm looking for. Whoever this guy is, he won't want to talk to me. But if you talk to him, tell him you're calling for Tim, then put me on.
Sure, Tony, but how will I know?
I'll be listening in on the extension. When the right one answers, I'll nod.
That's very clever.
Ma, thanks.
Oh, Tony, I'd do anything for you.
Then punch that button to 7760 and let's go to work.
Hello? Who's this?
Who is this?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Let's not play games. Now, who is this?
Wrong number. I guess I didn't do very well, did I?
Try to get them to say a little bit more. Ask if Phyllis is there. They'll tell you it's the wrong number, and then I'll be able to hear them talk a little bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hello, is Phyllis there?
Is who here?
Phyllis.
I'm sorry, I think you've got the wrong number.
Is this Crestview 10799?
No.
Hello. I'm calling for Tim Brenner. Could you hold on?
Hello. Now, wait.
Let's get him away.
That was Buddy Stipp.
You know him? Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. I'd recognize his voice anywhere.
Thanks. Buddy Stipp?
No, he isn't here.
I know you're Stipp.
Okay, so I'm Buddy Stipp. So what?
You talked to me on the telephone about having Tony Camion killed.
But you're Tony Camion.
That's right. I paid you $2,500 to kill me.
What?
The phone number Tim gave you to call was Olympia 21652.
That's right. So what do you want?
I want it called off. That's right, you keep the money, but I want it called
Look, this is on the level, huh?
I swear it is.
I wish I could help you, but...
You've got to stop him.
Mr. Camion, I don't even know who the guy is. Look, I just carry messages. I'm like a broker.
You must know where to find him.
I don't know anything. Brenner calls me, I call somebody else, he calls somebody else. The guy you want, he could be anybody.
You gotta try.
Try what? Look, I'd like to help you. It'd be better for everybody. Better for me, better for the other guy. We get our money and nobody gets hurt. I don't know who the guy is, and that's it.
Tony. Why didn't you call? Nikki's been fretting about you all day.
I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think he's asleep yet. Do you want me to call him downstairs?
No, I want to talk to you alone.
Is something wrong?
Terry, I'm leaving.
You're leaving? But you said you
It's a
weren't...
change of plans. I'm sorry things didn't work out the way I thought they would. Can we talk in the kitchen? I'm afraid he might overhear us.
Well, where to this time?
I don't know.
Look, Tony, if there is something wrong, just...
No. Look, if anything happens to me, you and Nick won't have to worry.
We don't have to worry. Listen, do you know how much you mean to that boy? If he loses, you know...
Nothing I can do about it.
Well, all right, then you just go upstairs and tell him you're leaving. I'm tired of making excuses for you.
Upset him if I talk to him. I think it'd be better if I just leave.
Better? You mean easier? Easier for you?
Terry, you still have that envelope I left?
Yes. Do you want it back?
No. Just hold on to it. I won't leave, Nick.
Is that true, Tony?
Yeah.
What's happened? What's this all about?
Don't worry about it, Terry. I'll have plenty of time to explain it to you. In fact, a whole lifetime.